Welcome to Gyani Pandit. In this video, we are going to perform a simple task in which we are going to count the number of digits in the given number. And we are going to perform a Python program for the same. So for example, let's say we have a number 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can just count that there are 4 digits in this particular given number. And this is what we want as an output. So first of all, we will understand step by step about what are the things that we are required to do, and then we will move towards the Python program. But before we get started, we have a lot of tutorials and a lot of courses available for you on Gyani Pandit. You can explore them. The links are in the description. And for further updates, stay connected with us. So without any further delay, let's get into the concept now. So as said earlier, we are going to count the number of digits in a given number, right? So let's just mention that over here. So we are going to count the number of digits in the given number. That's it. So simple. For example, let's say that we have a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can simply say that there are 5 digits in this particular number. There can be many ways to count the number of digits in the given number. But here we are going to understand 2 different approaches to count the number of digits. They are very simple. So let's just come to the first one now. Okay. In the first one, we are going to do things manually, right? So let's say that we have a number. For example, this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we need to count the number of digits. So how are we going to do that? Let's say that we are counting 1 digit at a time. So what we'll do is that after we are done counting 1 digit, we'll just get rid of that, so that we can move on to the next digit, count it, get rid of it, count it, get rid of it, and eventually you will get to a situation where your number becomes 0, right? And in the end, you also have the number of digits, right, that we are going to store somewhere. If you are confused, don't even worry about it, because we are going to understand this now. We are going to perform a program for the same. And while we will do the program, many things will get clear. Okay, so now, first things first. We need to get the number, and we will get the number as a user input. So let's just make a reference variable for that. I'll call it number. Okay. And we use the input function to get the user input. Okay. So let's just put a simple message over here that please enter the number. Super simple stuff. Okay. And we know that the input function returns a string, but we don't want a string. We want an int. Okay. So we'll just convert it. That's it. So let's say that we got the number as user input. So what's next? See, we are going to count the number of digits. We need to store it somewhere, right? So what we are going to do is we are just going to create another variable for that. We'll just do digit count. That's it. And initially we'll just have it as 0. Simple. Okay. And now what we are going to do is that we are going to count 1 digit, get rid of it. Count another digit, get rid of it. We are going to do this. We'll keep doing this till our number becomes 0. So this tells us that we are going to loop over here, right? So we'll just use the while loop. So while our number is not equal to 0, we just need to do some things. What are the things? See, we just need to count 1 digit. So I'll just need to increment this by 1. We are just counting that digit, and since we have counted 1 digit, we need to get rid of that, right? And for that we are going to divide our number by 10. So let's say that we have counted this digit 5 from the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we need to get rid of this, and for that, if we divide this number by 10, we get the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we are going to do the floor division. Okay, that's very simple. So now we'll just do it, number divided by 10. That's it. Okay, this is same as number is equal to number divided by 10. We are doing this thing. Okay, simple stuff. Once the number becomes 0, we are just out of the loop, and we have the number of digits with the digit count variable. So we just need to show that as an output, right? So we'll just print. Okay, we'll just print the number of digits in the given number is, and we'll just use the formatted string literals now. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And over here we just need to have the digit count. That's it. Very simple. So we are done with the program. Now let's just execute it. So for that, let's get the terminal and execute the program by writing python space gyanipandit.py. And as soon as you hit the enter, it's asking for a number, right? So we'll just give it a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's simple, and it's telling us that the number of digits in the given number is 5. But here in this program, we are going to do some modifications. See, if the number entered by the user is already 0, then this particular expression will evaluate to false, and we are not going to go into the while loop. So we'll need to do some modifications, because if the user enters 0 and the number of digits also becomes 0. But we don't want that, we want the number of digits as 1 if the user enters 0, right? See, this is what I mean to say, that if I enter 0 over here, the number of digits is also 0, right? But we want that as 1, okay? And for that we can just apply something like this, that if the number is equal to 0, then we can just do something like the digit count is equal to 1. Simple, right? And now if the number is already 0, then we are not going to go into here and the digit count will be 1, right? So we can do something like this, okay? So let's run it again now, and if the number is 0, then also the number of digits is 1, right? So we can do this very simply. So this was kind of manual things that we have done over here, right? We counted one digit, then we got rid of that digit, right? So we did this manually, but let's now look at another way to achieve same thing. Okay, for that I have just commented all the things, and I'll just write it over here. Okay, see, now we are going to do a very simple thing. See, we are having the number over here, right? And we are getting it as an integer only. But here we will just get it as a string only. Even if it's a number, then we'll just get it as a string only. Okay, it's very simple. The thing is that we can calculate the length of our string, which is nothing but the number of characters in our string, right? And if we are passing all numbers over there, then it is eventually the number of digits in our given number, right? So let's just try this now. So let's just do len of number. That's very simple. Okay, remember that this is a string now, and let's just print this. Okay, we'll just print this thing. Yeah, that's it. And we'll also give this message over here, this one, and over here. Yeah, fine. So we are done. This message will be shown over here. Okay, and let's clear the terminal first with CLS, and let's now run the program again. Okay, it's again asking for the number. Let's give it 1 2 3 4 5, and we can see that the number of digits is 5. So in this way we have seen some different ways to count the number of digits in a given number, and we have written a Python program for the same. Apart from this, we have a lot of tutorials and a lot of courses available for you on Gyani Pandit. You can explore them. The links are in the description. Thanks for being with us.